Hello, Solex Nation, and welcome to our weekly update. You will be happy to hear we only have 2 announcements today. I know I'm happy about it. First, next week, we'll be hosting a private question and answer Zoom call for all of you in the Solex Legacy group. Remember, you become a member of this exclusive group by owning a Solex silver coin. It doesn't matter if you bought it, won it, or earned it. If you have a coin, you're in the group. An email was sent to all of those in the Legacy group this morning. If you are a member of the group but did not receive an email, please check these 3 things. First, check your junk or spam folder in your email. Second, log into your back office and verify we have the correct email on file. And third, while you're in your back office, make sure you have given permission for corporate to send you emails. You can do this by clicking on your settings and then communications. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page until you see the header Corporate Communications. Simply click on the tab to agree that you want to receive emails from us. Our last announcement is such a fun one. We're hosting a Solex Day of Discovery on June 11th and 12th here at our corporate office in Utah. The 11th is a dinner reception for our Solex Legacy group. If you are a part of that group, you're invited to a private dinner with Loran and others on the Solex team. The next day, Saturday the 12th, is open registration to all. Come join us for a day of trainings and fun. You'll tour our corporate office and Quantum Wellness Center, receive key trainings, ask your burning questions of Loran, Marvin, Kai, and others in a question and answer session, and much more. Registration will begin next week. Look for the notification in your email, text, and on the Solex AO Scan official Facebook group. Seats will be limited, so don't wait to sign up. We're so excited to see you there. Okay, time to celebrate our top enrollers for the week of April 12th through April 18th. We have a tie for second highest enroller. Congratulations to Lisa Bowers, Jane Etsy, Gagan Hunter, and Ro Seville. Our highest enroller this week is Stacy Rowlett. Well done, Stacy. You've worked so hard and you're a total rock star. We'll send your coin out tomorrow. That's all for the announcements this week. Now I'm going to turn the time over to Carrie Summers and Deb Durfee.
Hi, everyone. Carrie and I decided to come and answer some questions that we have received a lot of in customer and tech support. So we're happy to be here, and we have listened to a lot of your questions, and we just want to be here and be able to answer them for you. So, Carrie, what are the questions you're getting?
So here's one for you. You know how the screen on your device normally has vibrant, vivid colors? Some people are saying, oh, my screen is not so bright and vivid anymore. In fact, it's kind of grayed out, and I go to click on something and nothing happens. What is that all about?
So that's a really good question. So you're clicking on it and nothing happens and it's grayed out. That's a good indicator that perhaps the subscription has expired. Or maybe you need to go in and set a subscription up to make sure that you have an active subscription on the account. You can do that in your back office under Orders, Manage Subscription, or you can call or email customer support and we can set that up for you as well. Just make sure that you have an active credit card and we can get you all set up so that you don't have that gray out problem. Yeah. So here's another question. We have had some of you call in and ask about the device getting stuck, like it's not as we're scanning in Vitals or Comprehensive, it's just spinning. It's like not finishing the scan. What do you find about that, Carrie?
So there could be a variety of things on that. Number one, the easy fix is to just go hit your infinity sign in the left-hand corner at the top and go back and then start the scan again. If that doesn't work, then perhaps we've had some people that have had their profiles become corrupted. And if you'll go and just put your profile in. Now, that's not for everybody that's in your contact list, but in yours, just go put that profile in again, and that will clear it up. Another thing that you can do, folks, when a new update comes, it's trying to update over the old one, and sometimes that old one doesn't get taken off. So what we want to make sure that everybody does is goes into Chrome, click the 3 dots in the top right corner, and go to History and clear out all your history, not just for the last hour, but for all time. That's very important. And then after that is done, you turn your device off, you completely power it off for, we suggest, 10 minutes, and then turn it back on, and it should run just lickety-split.
That worked for mine. I loved clicking on those updates. I was amazed how many updates and how much information loads when you click on those updates. Great advice. Okay, next question. After I fulfill a scan and it's complete and I'm ready to email it, how come I'm having a hard time sending that email? How come, and sometimes it looks like it goes through, but then my client or myself haven't received the email. What causes that?
Great question. So a couple of things. When you are setting up your profile, you'll notice how it has you verify the email, and it sends an email to your computer, and then you verify it there and it sends it back. If your email says verified, then chances are it will go through. However, sometimes you're sending to an email that could be a corporate email, and they have what they call a firewall that protects the email from coming in as a spam. And so when you are receiving an email from the AOScan program, it comes through as do not reply at aoscan.com. And firewalls look at that sometimes as a big red flag and will kick it out. So, suggestion, when you're sending an email or putting an email in your profile, make it a generic email like a Yahoo, a Hotmail, a Gmail, but don't get into the big fancy ones because sometimes it'll kick it out.
Ooh, that's good information.
All right, so next question for you, Deb, is this. A lot of people say, you've been telling us to go to the back office. What in the world's a back office? And how does it work? And what information is there? And how is it going to benefit me from going to the back office?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, the back office is set up for you to navigate through your business. It actually helps you to place orders, change auto ships, and also it has a lot of training and a lot of resources back there that you can access at any given time. In fact, I tell people as soon as you sign up, you set up a username and a password, go immediately to that back office and go through your training, go join all the social media sites, go set up your reports. There's so many awesome things in the back office, and you use the same username and password as your phone. So make sure that you get that set up and you remember it, because as soon as your device comes, then you have that you won't forget the username or password. And then also it has your marketing site, which is your replicated website that you can send people immediately to have them look and see what you have just recently joined, and also be able to share some information from there and have them join with you, and we all get to learn together. It's so awesome. The back office has a lot of amazing tools, and I would strongly encourage all of you and us to get in the back office and get familiar with them. We in customer service love the back office because of all the tools that we have there, and they're so easy accessible. I love buttons. Pushing buttons, I'm all about it.
And the back office is free to all of the subscribers, so that's a bonus.
Yes, absolutely. And the replicated website, so there's two there. Oh, and how to access your back office is office2.solexnation.com. And there you'll have a username and password. Go ahead and enter it in there, and then you'll be in there. So that's how you get into the back office.
Perfect. So a lot of people are asking when they want to find out who's in their organization, there's a kind of a tree that shows where everybody's placed. How do you find that and how do you access it? And tell us a little bit about how that works.
Ooh, great question. So if you go in the back office, on the left-hand side, there's a business. You click on Team Dashboard, and it'll pull up the entire line of your team. Up by it says My Distributors, there's an arrow that you can click on, and then it says My Customers. Customers do not show up in the tree. So if you want to see your preferred customers, click on the top in Team Dashboard. Make sure you click on there to see your customers. And then to go back to the tree, you can go back to business and then My Visual Tree. There's two little clickers. Again, I'm a button pusher, but it's awesome to be able to see your customers as well as your quantum living advocates. And those cues do show up in your tree. So when you click on your tree, they're all there. Your customers will not be in your tree. So don't look for your customers in your tree. They're on that team dashboard page with the arrow down, My Customers. Okay, so here's another question. Sometimes when people have to do a factory reset, after they reset, it says page not found. What causes that? Why am I seeing page not found after I do a factory reset?
So, great question, by the way. What happens when you do a factory reset? It takes you right back to where all the icons that were factory installed. One of those is Chrome. However, it goes back to the old version of Chrome and not the updated version. So what you have to do is go into the Play Store, click on Updates, and update to the latest version of Chrome, and then everything will be great. Now, there are also 2 videos up online. So go to Solex LLC, and that's our YouTube channel, and everything's got a library there and a playlist. So if you go to that playlist, all the technical things are there, and there are 2 videos that explain that in great detail.
Those videos are valuable. We use them a lot in customer support. I call it meaty information in there. So make sure that you go onto that YouTube channel and access those videos because they are valuable. Great information there.
All right, so here's another question for you. Sometimes you're into the program and you're running maybe an inner voice or vitals, and it says retrieving, and it just keeps spinning in a loop. What's causing that?
So the very first thing I say is check your Wi-Fi. Make sure that you have really good Wi-Fi and you're connected to Wi-Fi. Oftentimes I've seen that the Wi-Fi gets turned off. So make sure your Wi-Fi is first on, and also make sure you're connected. And also, sometimes it'll just take a second to retrieve because there is so much data. There's so much information in these programs. It's phenomenal how much information you can get from that little device. These little computers we carry around are amazing. So make sure you're connected to the Wi-Fi.
Now, just for those out there that think they may have an issue with Wi-Fi, and there are some that feel like they're allergic to it, and that's a real issue sometimes. But let me tell you one thing about the device itself. It's not the phone, but the program on the phone or the tablet that's running. When they designed the software, they designed it so that it would negate 85 to 87% of the EMF that's coming off the device. Also, if you're running one of the programs 24/7 like a Cepheid program, and you're broadcasting that good frequency, it's also going to take away from the bad frequency that might be coming off from the Wi-Fi. So this lady that called me up and said, I am so allergic to this Wi-Fi, I just can't handle it. So what I told her, I said, try running the Cepheid program 24/7 and see what happens. She called me back a few days later and said, oh, thank you so much. I can't believe the difference. And I can now be on Wi-Fi, and I'm totally fine.
Wow, that's awesome. All of us need more frequency.
That's right.
Good frequency. All right. Thank you for listening to us, and that's enough questions for right now. However, I do want to put one last reminder up. You guys, I cannot remind you enough to go into that back office. There is so much information there. Make sure that you go under the marketing piece of it and see the frequently asked questions. There's program guides. There's all kinds of information. And believe it or not, they are updating all the time. So if you went in yesterday, go in today because there might be something new. That's what I'm finding. So make sure that you get familiar with that back office. There's amazing tools back there that can really help you support and grow your Solex business. So make sure you get really familiar with that back office. It's valuable.
All right, so on that note, let me also remind you of our YouTube channel. So you go to YouTube and type in Solex LLC, and there's a whole ton of videos there that date clear back to January. Now, also, if you look at the playlist, go to the one that says Phone Tech, and that's all the ones that address these questions we've been talking about today. So thanks so much for checking that out.
Hey, did you know in the back office you can get to the YouTube channel by one click? The one with the arrow on it, the YouTube button. Again, Deb Durfee loves buttons, so click that and get right to it. Easy access. So, happy scanning, everyone. It's great to be with you, so see you soon.
Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about vitals and the comprehensive scans and help you utilize these two scans more efficiently and more effectively. On the vital scan, this is a quick way to look at the physiology of our body frequency-wise, to see how much harmony there is within our system. So we're going to take a quick look at the blood, and we're going to look at the nutrition, the physical, the toxicities, and just see how much harmony there is within our body as we go through our daily lives. And so this scan is a really efficient scan. One of the questions that comes up is, how often should I do vitals or comprehensive? In the beginning, I think it's good to do a vitals and a comprehensive scan every day for the first 5 days. Once you get your device, get used to your device, let the device get to know you and how your body responds to frequency stimulation. And then after that, maybe once or twice a week, just to kind of see how things are going. And then once you really start to see some good balance in your system, maybe even down to once every other week or once or twice every other week. This, it's not something you need every single day. Unlike your quick scan and your inner voice, you want to do those every day. But on vitals and comprehensive, they're not necessary every day after you get familiar with your device and the device gets to know you. So let's go with this. So when you go in to your vitals, now you need to make sure always, whenever you do a scan, that you have your profile or the profile of the person that you're going to scan up at the top. That's important. Now, if it's just going to be for you, that's what you need to pay attention to. So once you've got your profile up and you're ready to scan, if you're going to do a complete vitals, you're just going to click scan at the top and let it go through its whole process. It takes under 2 minutes to do a full vital scan. And then when the scan is done, just immediately hit optimize and let that go through. It's about another minute and a half. And then when your report comes up, when you go to look at your report, the scan that you did in the beginning will be pushed over to the right on your report. And after the results, after the optimization, will show up in the current. So you're not looking at a scan from a day ago or a week ago. You're looking at that scan and then the optimized results. And it's important to understand that this isn't going back and forth. You're not going to be able to compare on your device today's scan to yesterday's or last week's scan. In order to do that, you have to email the reports to yourself, and then you archive those on your own computer. That way you can go back to the very first scan you did, look at it, and the very last scan or the next scan, because they're all in your email. We do not save them in the cloud, and we do not save them on your device. So keep in mind, if you want to look and track your reports from any of the scans, you have to email them to either yourself or to some other email that you've set up for just that purpose. On the reds and the greens, green means you're in balance. Red means you're out of balance. And you want to get to understand how to connect the dots between the scans. Just because one is out of balance doesn't necessarily mean that there's a big issue there. You need to look at the whole report. And we have services for that to where you can send those reports in and have a professional look at it and help you connect the dots on when something's in or out of range. And we have classes that you can attend that teach those things. But for the most part, your body's always going to be in a state of flux. You're going to be going up and down with those things. For example, if you just ate a big meal and then you sit down to scan yourself, your nutritional, your metabolism, everything's going to be a little bit out of whack because of the food that you've just eaten. So the best advice for doing any of these scans is to pick a day, a time of the day that you're going to do your scan. And a good time for vitals or comprehensive is in the morning. Get up, you're on an empty stomach, do your scan, and then do your optimization. And then do it at that time within a couple hours every single time you scan. That way you're always looking at the same window in your system. Okay, so that's the most important thing on the vitals is remember. Now here's the wait. You can also go in. Let's just say that you're having some stomach issues. You can go in to open up your vitals, and instead of hit scan, right below the button that says scan, hit deselect. And deselect everything. And then you can go through and just select the individual things you want to check. That's a great function for just a quick look on if you just need to do a quick look at something. Okay, so that's the vitals. On the comprehensive, same thing as the vitals, same frequency of doing scans. But on the comprehensive, when you open that up, you have some options. You have inner voice, then you have vitals, then you have complete, and then another button down you have one that says custom. Now, when you click on inner voice, it's not going to do an inner voice scan or vitals. It's not going to do a vital scan. It's assuming that you've already done those scans. I'll give you an example of why that's important. If you get up and you do when you get up and you do your inner voice and your vitals, and you want to see how your emotional state is affecting you physically, then you'd go into your comprehensive and you'd click on inner voice. That's your emotions. And then in a few seconds, it will populate the items in the comprehensive list that are being affected by your emotional state. So it's a great way to see how the emotions are having a direct impact on your physical. The other side of that is vitals. Let's say you just want to see how vitals is affecting you and what the comprehensive pulls up. So those are great ways to look at just those, or if you want to just scan the physical things due to emotions, that's why those buttons are there. It's called Intelligent Scan because it's making the choices of what you should scan in the comprehensive based on the information that the software picked up from either the inner voice or the vital scans. Okay, so they're not separate scans, they're just the results of those scans in the comprehensive list. Most of the time, you're just going to hit complete. Now, when you hit complete, that means it's going to take the information out of inner voice and the items out of vitals, put them together, and it may add a few more items based on those two results, and then give you a list. And that list is going to range somewhere between 31 to maybe 45 different items. And that is a good comprehensive scan. It's not too much stress, doesn't take a whole lot of time, and it's the things that are making the most noise in your body, the things that are out of range more drastically. Okay, and so that is a great way. So get up, do your voice, do your vitals. Then when you go into comprehensive, click on complete. Let it populate. It takes 2 or 3 seconds, and then hit scan. And when you do that, it's going to scan the things that are crying out for the most attention, that need the most attention. And just like on vitals, when the scan finishes, click optimize. Once optimization is done, and those scans are going to probably take closer to 3 to 4 minutes, the scan and the optimization. It's optimization. Now you can open up the reports and go through them, or you can just email it to you and look at it later on a larger screen on your computer in your email. And again, if you want to compare one comprehensive scan to one days before, you can only do that on the ones that you've emailed. So that's how you want to archive those. So remember, short order, try to scan every day at the same time. Do your scans and immediately do your optimization. After you've done your initial getting used to your device, which is 4 or 5 days, then you can start reducing that down to maybe once or twice a week, and even less as you start getting into that routine and balance. Email your reports because that's how you look at them. An intelligent scan is only going to show you the results of your scans if you've done them. If you have not done them, then you're going to have to hit custom, and then you go through and pick out the things you want. And the only thing I want to say on if you do customs, don't select more than 45 items max. So I hope this was helpful. Until next time.
Okay, don't hang up. Kai has something to tell you.
I do have something to tell you. Thanks for not hanging up. Stay with me for just a minute because no record scratch today, but we do have a giveaway. Lauren's not here, so we're gonna go deep on this one.
It's gonna be fun.
Today's the 21st through the end of the month. Okay, from now until the end of the month, we're gonna count all new points that you accumulate through new enrollments. All new enrollment points from now to the end of the month is going to earn a couple things.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. So what we want you to do is we want to keep in mind what's coming up. We have an incredible opportunity for you to showcase the company for your friends at our Day of Discovery. So for the person who actually does what Kai said and gets the most points, most new enrollment points from now until the end of the month, is going to get a coin.
First, a coin. We always have to give away coins.
So there's going to be a coin because that enables you to come to the event that we're going to have that Friday night, which is just for our legacy people. So you get that coin so you can attend that event, and we're going to pay for you to stay that night in a hotel. So you are going to earn two things: a coin worth a lot of money and a lot of benefits, and you're going to get a night in a hotel. And we're not going to just do that for one person. We're going to do it for
two
people.
people. Two people are going to get it. Starting now, new points from now to the end of the month. Go run to the end of the month. Let's see you. We'll see you here
New
for
enrollment
the Day
points.
of Discovery. Okay, new
Take
enrollment
care.
points. We'll see you there. A coin and a night's hotel stay here.
We can't wait to see you guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.